That's exactly the opposite of what the Duchess said to do through their looking glass.
Hi, guys, and welcome to Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make up stories about movies we have no intention of watching based purely on their IMDB plot summary.
Because it's fun and we can.
I am Albert.
I am Brantley.
And we're starting things right off from a movie from the 90s.
I was alive then.
Were you in 91?
That's when I was born.
Okay, well...
This movie's as old as me and Sonic the Hedgehog.
You in this movie, born in 1991, this movie is called The Refridgerator.
91, you're disappointing me.
A couple move into a bad apartment in a bad neighborhood in New York.
Isn't that all of New York?
Well, not the whole state. We don't know that they're in New York City.
That's true.
They
you
could
assume
be in
that.
Upstate somewhere. It's just like a lovely pastoral scene.
I was going to dare you to name another city in New York, but I can't either.
Oh, then what's the capital? Come on. Not Albuquerque. That's in New Mexico. It starts with an A, though. Right? Not Andover. Dag nabbit. I'm looking it up. I have the power. I don't know how to spell capital. Albany. I was close.
Albany?
Yeah, I started with the Alban and I just defaulted to Albuquerque because of all the Breaking Bad that I've watched.
I still yet to see a single episode of that show.
So they're in the outskirts of Albany, I assume.
In a bad neighborhood there.
But it's not that bad because, as you will see, the apartment contains a refrigerator, which is the only thing that they like in the place.
Mm-hmm.
However, they slowly discover that the refrigerator is a monster which kills people in gruesome ways. And then there is an and then after the refrigerator kills people and it's a monster, sends them to hell.
Yeah, I think I've seen this.
Have you really?
I think so.
Well, the title of the show is Too Weird Didn't Watch.
Too late. I didn't pick the movie.
That's true. Stop putting this back on me. You're the one who chose to watch this garbage.
I didn't choose. It was at my grandma's and it was on.
What is your grandma doing watching The Refrigerator?
I grew up watching sci-fi original movies with my grandma. She's awesome like that.
Is she really?
Yeah.
I love your grandma. How come I haven't met your grandma yet?
I don't know. She lives 5 minutes away from here.
Well, one of these days I'm going to meet your grandma.
Okay.
That's nothing to do with this movie, though.
No, it doesn't. This movie was dumb. I can confirm. This movie was stupid. I stopped watching it.
Intrigued by the fact that it kills the people first gruesomely and then sends them to hell.
Or slam.
What is even the point of killing them in a gruesome way? They're going to burn in hell for all of eternity.
Yeah, well, it's a little things.
The refrigerator is a monster, though. Do you think the monster refrigerator is better than other refrigerators at keeping your food cold? Do you think there's an upside here where, yeah, your friends might get eaten, but also your greens are going to stay fresh for a while?
Maybe?
I don't know.
It's harder to make fun of when I've seen the movie. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm working here.
I know.
You gotta bounce off of me.
What do you want me to do, man? It was a dumb movie, and I regret seeing it because now I can't make fun of it with you.
Well, I'm going to continue with the final sentence here, and we'll move on since the whole show is a lie now for Brantley. The refrigerator is already gaining mind control over the husband. What will happen?
People died, and I stopped watching. That's what happened.
Written by Packa Mortem. Which Packa Mortem, you really need to work on your closing lines there. So, it doesn't kill the husband. It's getting mind control. Does the refrigerator want to be a person? I think. Or is it just a method of bringing more people to it?
I think it's the latter. Yeah.
Not literally. I don't really want to know. Because that's the premise of the show.
I can't tell, man. I'm sorry. Pick movies I haven't seen.
All right, moving on to Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama.
I haven't seen that one.
Slimeball Bowl. This is okay. I read the name wrong because I was in a hurry to get out of that abomination of. Again, we've failed our listeners. From 1988.
The third episode, we let them down.
The title of this, I just want to call out as being difficult to read. Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama. Putting ball and bowl right next to each other is just a no-no. Not cool.
I bet they thought that was the height of clever. It's I'll use alliteration, and those words are close together. Everyone will know I'm a genius.
You're not a genius. Whoever wrote this up. I'm not 100%. I'm sure this is exploitation. I hope it's not porn of some
what's
kind.
The first part of the title?
Sorority Babes.
Yeah, it's an exploitation movie. Also, there's slime, so they're going to get all gooey.
3 frat boys sneak into the Tri-Delta.
That is not how I expected them to start.
Well, they're sneaking into the sorority, the Tri-Delta sorority, to witness the initiation of new pledges, and are caught.
Oh no.
It's a bunch of girls.
This happens a lot.
Well, the next part might not continue. So the next part, so we start out with 3 frat boys sneaking in. We forget about them instantly. The pledges, we can focus on the pledges. That's just like a whole beginning plot of the movie, like directed by a different person entirely.
I like the idea that nothing bad happens. Like, hey, no, you go away. No, you're not supposed to be here. Oh, come on, get out of here. It's like, oh, you found us. Later. They leave. The movie continues.
We continue with the actual pledges. The pledges must go to the local bowling lane and steal a trophy. Oh, okay. No, the frat boys are still here. I'm sorry. Aided by the unwanted frat boys.
Oh.
They're like there's masters of improv. They're like, we'll roll with it. We got from frat boys. Now you got to go help them steal this bowling trophy.
It's probably blackmail. It's like, we'll report you. Please don't help them steal a thing. All right, we're already breaking and entering. We'll do that.
Also, like, why would they send them help? Isn't the whole point is that they're supposed to be difficult?
Maybe that's part of it. Like, they just somehow get frat boys to try and sneak in. It's like
they know that they like sort of put it out that like there's maybe gonna be boobies out.
Yeah, they do that, and it's like, yes, we got some.
And they like don't lock the door that securely.
And they're super happy that there happened to be 3 conveniently. It's like, man, last year we only got 1. That guy had a horrible time.
He was not good at breaking into bowling alleys.
Yeah.
He was great at breaking into sorority houses, but not bowling alleys. Yeah. An accident causes the trophy to break, releasing an evil imp, who then begins reaping havoc with the teens.
It's a bowling trophy.
It's a bowling trophy
with an evil imp in it.
Yep. You're tracking.
What does an imp look like?
Well, Game of Thrones keeps calling Tyrion an imp, and he's just a dwarf.
Yeah, they also call him a dwarf and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just, I mean, like the actual mythological thing, imp.
All right, I'm going to do a Google image search for imp.
Because for Pokemon fans, I'm picturing a Sableye, which is this little gray thing with gems for eyes that eats gemstones.
Right.
And it's about 6 inches tall.
Okay.
I'm picturing that.
It's a cute Lucifer, is what it is. A cute Satan.
That's less fun. I'm going to continue to picture Sableye.
Okay.
So it's in a bowling trophy. This implies a really fun backstory.
And we don't...
It's like that really dumb Santa sleigh movie where he had to he challenged him to a game of bowling.
Okay.
And it was a master bowler, and he defeated the imp in the game of bowling and sealed him with the trophy.
I want to see now that you're saying this. I want to see this. I ended up on the refrigerator tab again, like an idiot. I want to
leave it. Run.
By the way, Ed Sutton, who wrote this one, also has a problem ending his things because he says he begins wreaking havoc with the teens, who begin suffering an attrition problem.
Okay, the fact that he says with the teens means he's partying with them. He's not like attacking them. He's not possessing them. It doesn't sound like. It sounds like
they're all wreaking havoc together.
They're literally hanging out, and he's like, "You guys are breaking in, party!"
I've been waiting to get out of that thing forever. You guys want to go to some sorority pledge? And they're like, "We are down with that."
And he's like,
we had that exact idea.
He has to jump like 5 feet in the air and high fives them.
It does say the slime ball in the title. Maybe he looks like a weird slime ball thing.
Nah, that's not fun.
We got to have a slime ball in the movie somewhere.
What does
in the title
mean?
Attrition means like a war of attrition, like wearing somebody down.
Maybe like the more they hang out with him and party, like that's how he gets strength or something. He feeds off of that.
He's like,
but they slowly start degrading into slime balls.
He's a weird emotional vampire.
Yeah,
and like no, he get like the sign that they're like they start oozing slime, and that is their emotional essence, and he just sucks it up.
It's disgusting gross. And amazing.
Like you thought it was going to be exploitation, but you just end up being like, ugh.
This movie would
except for like the one guy in the theater who's like,
this movie would do great directed by Del Toro or Steven Spielberg.
I'm feeling Del Toro more than Spielberg.
I'm leaning more towards Spielberg.
Okay,
because of Poltergeist mostly.
Well, you know,
where it's a horror movie in giant quotation marks. That movie's hilarious. That's a great comedy.
Okay. Well, you did mention that there's that one scene where the lady like has the chairs moving around and she wants to show everybody.
No, she has her husband and she draws like chalk or lines around the chair.
Right.
And then she has like this big chalk line on the floor and she puts the chair at the front of it and it slides across and she cheers and jumps up and down in front of her husband. He's just like, I'm gonna walk outside now.
There does need to be more of that though in haunting movies, right? Like like,
where someone thinks it's awesome.
Moves around and like they call their friends like, "Come look at this thing move around! I'm floating in the air. Do you see me floating?"
This movie sounds okay.
It sounds. I mean,
okay.
I assume that there's boobs in it, and with the addition of boobs, this movie sounds like bearable.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the final movie in this episode, and I know that you're not gonna believe this, but Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama is not the weirdest title of this episode.
Oh no?
No. This is from 2007, which somehow I didn't hear about this. You might have. You might have heard about this one too. This is called Trail of the Screaming Forehead.
We're back to heads.
We are back to heads from the previous episode. Lots and lots of heads. So, there's two different synopsises of this movie, and they're both one sentence long.
All right.
Apparently, there's not much plot here.
Oh, no.
I'm going to read this one. It does not attribute it to anyone. Scientists seeking ultimate brain power through dangerous injections of potent extract. All right, you want me to stop? Because the next word is amazing.
Yeah, let me digest that for a second. Okay, continue.
I'm gonna read the whole sentence again so we get like the lead up. Scientists seeking ultimate brain power through the dangerous injections of potent extract forhedazine.
That's not a word.
With an alien invasion of soul-sucking forehead creatures taking over the planet.
What does that mean?
I don't know
what is a forehead? Is that most of their body?
I don't know what that means.
Is it like they have their little arms and legs and then it's just all forehead?
Maybe they have. Maybe they're like. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they have a small body and then like they're mostly forehead, like giant foreheads.
Like it's giant and bulbous and like overhangs over their eyes.
Oh yeah, it's like all fat and like hanging down. It's just the forehead though. Like the rest of their face is incredibly skinny.
Yeah, and like the back of the head, the part that's like body work, and that's fine, but engorge. But they suck out souls.
Well, I don't know if it's literally soul sucking. I will read. So I'll read the other description here as well because this is enlightening. A small town infestation, just like a small town infestation, not like one of those big city infestations. It's a very local,
not rats,
right?
Locusts.
Small town infestation of crawling alien foreheads that begin attaching to people and taking them over.
It's head crabs.
It's
a Half-Life movie.
Collides with the scientist, who I'm going to assume is Gordon Freeman, experiments to extract forhedazine, and things go horribly, horribly wrong. Which it's a good thing they go horribly, horribly wrong, because if that setup happened and then everyone just like went out to coffee,
it was like,
I would be disappointed.
Who wants pizza? It's Gordon Freeman. He's fine. He's a stoic. Bashes with a crowbar and just goes about his day.
Do you think this is some kind of satire?
I'm not entirely convinced this is a real movie.
It's a comedy of some kind. Like someone thought of this and thought they were being funny. It's listed under comedy sci-fi.
I don't understand.
I'm going to show you the picture of the screaming forehead, by the way.
First thing.
Nobody else can see this picture.
That man looks like a bar of soap.
He does. He looks like a flesh-colored bar of soap. With a face in the middle of his bar of soap. And all like segments.
Is that meant to be the forehead like growing? Because that's like cheekbones.
Well, no, I think the forehead's just hanging down. Like the cheeks are there, but they're just sort of absorbed into the forehead. I don't think the people who wrote this movie understand the meaning of the word forehead. Like that it's the front part.
How is it? Is it spelled like normal?
No, yeah, it's spelled
like
normal.
F-O-R-E?
Yes.
Not F-O-U-R? Because then maybe like they have 4 brains in their heads, I could guess.
Well, they are trying to extract a serum that will make you super smart.
Forhedium or whatever.
Forhedium is probably a better name for it. It's forhedazine.
Aww.
Forhedium would be great. Like that would be legit, but no, it's forhedazine.
Forhedazine. Like this doesn't even sound fun dumb. This just sounds stupid.
This guy knows that he's dumb too. Like he's trying to make himself smarter. He's not smart enough to come up with a better name than forhedazine. That's his problem.
This, to quote a comedian, there are shows you do because you want to, and there's the ones you want to do because of paycheck.
Right?
There is no way he wanted to do this. And he's not getting a good paycheck from this. No, the
director,
writer.
Larry Blameyer? The writer, Larry Blaymeyer?
Blaymeyer. Is he also the star?
I was gonna say star Larry Blaymeyer just to be funny, but no, that honor goes to Daniel Roebuck.
I'm sorry, sir.
Susan McConnell, and
sorry,
Faye
ma'am.
Masterson.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
It does have 6 stars.
On
IMDb, which is
I don't know
puts it on par with like Batman v Superman.
Yay. I don't know if I'm disappointed in myself or the movie, but I can't even think of a fun twist on this description. I mean, granted, they're both a sentence long.
It's pretty dumb already. Like,
I mean, we got the Gordon Freeman joke. You know, there's that. Blah blah blah. It sounds stupid. You're dumb.
What you're saying is we're out.
What's his name?
The
writer director guy.
Oh, Larry Blaymeyer.
Larry Blaymeyer. You're stupid and I hate you. Do better work.
Well, we have to since we're a little short on this episode, we have to do a bonus movie then.
Okay.
Also because you had seen the first one we did.
Yeah, so it was a lie. We lied to everyone.
Oh boy. So this is me coming into this fresh. I just clicked on a related.
It better be good because I'm still mad about the last one.
The title of this movie from 2009 is a comedy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The Lost Skeleton returns again. And speaking of returning again, my son is in the room.
Hello.
AJ, we're working here. What? You want to sit in a chair? All right, pull up a chair. Sit in a chair. All right, he's going to be hanging out with us from now on.
What's this called again?
This is called The Lost Skeleton Returns Again.
Again. Is it a sequel?
No, I don't think so.
All right, I'm getting before you actually read out the thing, I'm getting a few options.
Okay.
Option 1, it's a skeleton at like a, the ones that just have display at a museum,
right,
or in a hospital.
Okay.
Option 2, which is the fun one, it's someone's actual skeleton that just magically leaves them, so there's left as a pile of flesh on the ground. They can't really move, and it's like, come back!
They've been living that way for years and years and years.
It leaves when it wants to. It's like they had a twin, and that ghost is possessing the skeleton, and it just leaves.
AJ wants to build the pirate guy, which has no bearing on this. AJ, go by your mom. Go by mom.
Is it a pirate guy skeleton?
No, I'm working here. I know it just looks like I'm just talking, but we're serious. So I'm going to burst your bubble a little bit. While I love that synopsis, and the other synopsis as well, the summary that is on IMDb makes no mention of any skeleton.
What?
It starts with geranium, spelled Gerraianium. Geranium 90. A little rock that made all the papers.
Oh, it's in Arkansas.
Well, yeah, and it's also, clearly a newspaper tycoon.
Yeah.
Or it, created a printing press or something. That's a dad joke, guys. I don't know if you knew that. It made all the papers means that it was just reported on widely.
Yeah.
Okay. Geranium 90, a little rock that made all the papers, is buried deep within the Amazon. Again, I'm assuming the rainforest and not like a strong, muscular woman.
Or, the website.
Or it could be
it's in their warehouse.
Okay,
next
that's
to the
version of the movie that we're going with. There's like this stone in the warehouse. You have to type in a secret URL, and if you find it, you get to order Geranium 90.
And then you get famous in the papers. They literally bring out a little paper boy, the same one they've had since the 1920s. They pull him out, they dust him off, and he screams, "Extra, extra!" And then they pack him back up in his little box.
Yeah, which is in Amazon, and it's not very well heated, and like it's actually a bad working environment for him.
I mean, he's an SCP, he's fine.
But I'm just saying it's a commentary on the modern era and the fact that Amazon is sort of exploiting their workers. Here's the next sentence. And everybody wants it. I assume we're talking about the little rock and not Amazon.
Or the little boy, because that'd be scary.
Including crooked importer Handsome Drail, slimy Gondros Slikes, and creepy crook Carl Traeger. And it seems like that should be the end of the sentence, but there's another and. Evil scientist Dr. Ellamy Royne. That's too many people.
So this is an Inspector Gadget episode, right? Or Captain Planet or something like that? Because that's the only thing these names make any sense.
There's just way too many villains.
Do they hang out with Dick Dastardly? Are they going to go on the race?
I think so.
Like Your Races is a fun show, by the way.
So we have Handsome Drail, Slimy Gondro Slikes, Carl Traeger, Ellamy Royne. These are like the evil Fantastic Four, I assume. Like their powers combined. I don't know. Like you have a crooked importer, which is kind of a weird superpower.
That one I can understand. You know, he's a crooked importer. He wants that rock. He's going to import it to the
Is he literally crooked, though? Is he a crooked man?
It's the crooked man. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
No, I could see him and the evil scientist. You know, he's trying to import it to evil scientists because magic rock or whatever it does. We don't know what it does. It's just a rock that's there, and it's germanium 90.
Yes.
Geranium, whatever. I don't know. It's from
germanium. Yes. Germanium would have, I think, is actually a real element now that you mention it. We can't have anything that sounds remotely plausible.
Except for Amazon.com.
Gondro Slikes is slimy.
So he's like a sleazy business, like he's like a lawyer.
But again, literally covered in slime.
Yeah. He hung up with the imp.
There is the cheap cook, Carl Traeger, who I assume
cheap cook or cheap crook?
Crook.
I was hoping for cook.
Well,
like he's a fry cook, but he secretly wants to be a scientist too.
Is he cheap in that like his services do not cost very much, or is he just not good at his job?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
he doesn't charge
one
a lot.
Follows after the other.
He doesn't charge you much because he knows where he's at and he likes to scale the pay.
And then, so I'm just imagining him as sort of like the goofy sidekick character. And then we have Dr. Ellamy Royne. And these guys have to team up in like the worst supervillain team up ever. Who is the superhero? Because there's got to be like a lame like superhero trying to stop them.
Idea that it's a parody of heist movies.
Okay.
So they're breaking into the Amazon warehouse.
Boom, boom,
but they're
boom, boom, boom,
all really dumb. So you have slimy dude.
They just end up with jobs there, and they're like, these don't pay very well at all.
No, they're planned. They're planned. Like the doctor, you know, he's hiring that one guy to import it to him because he's not in America. He's actually in the Amazon.
Okay.
And he's like, I need this, you know, geranium 90, not 80, but 90. It's very important that you get 90. Give me that. It's like,
everybody's got geranium 80. Yeah. I've got some on my shelf right now.
It's like, that's not in the papers at all. I want 90. So he's like, okay, I get two guys. So he has the plan. He goes, one of them is like, he gets the job as a clerk. The other guy, he's like, you'll break into the roof. They have this massive plan, but they're dumb. So the next 90 minutes of the movie is them failing in hilarious and dramatic and amazing ways. And then by sheer accident, they manage to get it.
It's Mouse Hunt.
Basically, they get the geranium 90. They have it in hand. They're like, okay, now we have to get it to the doctor. And they immediately get arrested. And that's how the movie ends.
And scene. I think that's the best that we can do with this garbage, Brantley.
These were not great, except for the imp. The imp sounds fun.
The imp sounds okay.
I want to go party with that imp. Or your children, whichever one.
Well, we're going to go party with my children. Because this has been Too Weird Didn't Watch, episode 3. We got through 3 of these, Brantley.
Where we watched a movie.
Brantley watched it. I have not. I have not sullied myself by actually watching any of these.
Take better movies.
I'm not. The point is to pick bad movies.
All right. Whatever.
I'm Robert Berg.
I'm Brantley Heaton.
We're out.
All right, bye.